Hello everybody and welcome back to Forever and Ever the Killie Fans podcast with me, your host Paul Montgomery, joined in the luxurious surroundings of Limelight Studios by my friend and colleague Callum Michael Scott. Is it episode 12 or episode 13? We've been caught on the hop here, we can't quite figure it out.
Wait, maybe it's 12 because I was for a second thinking, because the episode was called 11 Quid Scissors last week, wasn't it? And I was thinking we were saying it was 11, but I think it is 12.
Right, episode 12. We're going to be episode 12. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Plenty to get through this evening, as you have come to imagine. We've got a fantastic away one to talk about. Dundee United on Saturday. Killie Cal was there, as were several hundred of you, so we'll talk about that. We've got St Mirren and the big kind of, it's turned into a bit of rivalry, isn't it, over the past few years. They're coming down to Ayrshire on Saturday, so we're playing them. We'll do your questions on the X, talk a wee bit about Lee Clark and all the stuff that's went on there. All roads lead to Killie, and everything else you've come to expect.
Absolutely. So when we come on to all roads lead to Killie, hopefully I'll have the other two players by then. I've only got one in mind so
chasing
far.
Your tail.
I completely forgot. Get sidetracked earlier.
And so we're going to do a wee show and tell tonight and all.
Aye.
You might
I don't know what it could be.
You might be able to get, for those of you that are listening and no watching, you'll know what's going on here, but have a wee look. So basically the show and tell item tonight, I'm wearing it, right? Cal, what is this and how did it come into your being?
Well, I'm kind of feared
your possession, sorry.
Kind of feared to speak to you after, because there's black magic that surrounds that.
This is going to be
Jaiket.
the best podcast ever tonight, because I can actually feel the charisma pulsing through my veins just having this item on.
So before we get into detail of who it is, let's just say it came into the possession of a particular gorgeous squirrel who said that I could disclose that on air. He was desperate, sorry, they were desperate to give me said Jaiket for the last few weeks, and was able to pick up at the weekend. And but I'm honestly terrified of what you could potentially turn into after this.
Aye, well, we're going to see. So for the eagle-eyed viewers, it's a Kilmarnock coach's jacket with the initials PS. What would that stand for, do we think?
It's no Paul Scholes.
It's no Paul Scholes.
Who will come on to later on, who probably would have been the best player that Lee Clark ever played against, which would have been a fair answer, by the way.
It is the one and only Peanuts jacket that's managed to come into the possession of the podcast. So what we're going to do with this is, once I've got the magic off it, we're going to hang it up for everybody to see. We're in talks with the Dick Institute to get it in one of the big glass cases.
Folk come and put their hands on it.
And it can heal you.
Like the war.
This is it. So here we have it, man.
Paul Sheeran's Jaiket, man.
Paul Sheeran's Jaiket, everybody. And I would say out of the many high points we've had on this podcast, meeting Pat Nevin and getting to chat to Andy McLaren and putting on Killie Con and folk coming up and saying, I love the podcast, man, you're doing a good thing, cheers. This is the moment for me, mate.
Well, I'll be a bit concerned that maybe Sandy Matchburn will be in contact with an offer for said particular item.
Make us an offer. It's the Cape of Peanut, and it's beautiful to wear. I'm going to take it off.
Cape Peanut, man.
Cape Peanut.
It's like what was that? No, what's the name of that? Is it like George, a presidential kind of like resort? Cape something? No.
Cape Canaveral.
Don't know.
Cape Cod.
Cape God. So Cape Peanut
Cape
is now going forward. So
there we go. That's the show and tell done. Early doors.
Well, you were originally just got to wear it, but the minute you put the hood up, it obviously had to be addressed. I couldn't keep a straight face. Whereas if you just had the wee jacket on
and just talked for the whole thing,
maybe nobody would have switched on until the time was right to address it.
Anyway, this one's for Peanut.
To absent friends and family.
Cheers, Peanut, mate. Right, Dundee United 2-0, absolutely tremendous. Best 90 minutes of the season, I would say, so far. You were up at the game. First of all, tremendous result, mate. One that we needed, no question about that. Table looks a lot healthier now. And again, we're no accustomed to winning these games away from home. I seen somebody put up, I think it's an account called Killie Data.
Killie Data.
Or Data, would you say Data or Data?
I actually mix it up.
Do you? Aye, depending on the occasion.
Aye, I don't know, it depends what part of the country I'm in.
But I think we're only 4 points off our away tally from 3 seasons ago.
Which is insane.
So already, which is an improvement. But brilliant result. difficult place to go. Dundee United are obviously a decent side, qualifying for Europe last year, competed well this year. Total domination, I thought, mate. First half, didn't think there was loads and loads in it, but we go in 1-0, really nice goal. And then the second half, I expected Dundee United to come out and it'd be a backs to the wall thing, but it just didn't turn out that way. Tremendous result, mate, and no failures, I didn't think. So what was your reflections on the match?
Echo the thoughts of yourself there, absolutely that, because I thought it was quite interesting to hear Jim Goodwin's comments after the game, where he just kind of completely wrote off the first half. He'd been really under par, but was impressed with United second half. But that's not really how my perception of the game went. I thought first half was probably eachy peachy. If anything, that we did edge it, but the huge thing is that we obviously scored, which sometimes doesn't happen to us when we're well in games. So the fact that we're getting in with a 1-0 lead, I was expecting the exact same. Dundee United to come out, but I thought it was us that set the tone for that second half, and I thought we were excellent. It was one of the times when, before we scored, I actually turned to Matthew and said, like, a goal's coming. Like, it was, you could feel it, you could sense it coming. And a lot of times you say that, it never does. But thankfully for us, great decision, by the way, for the referee and linesman, whoever it was that decided to call that the ball was over the line, which it evidently was when you see it back. But aye, and then I thought Dundee United had a wee spell thereafter, but that's us 2-0 up. Ken, we're sitting back and defending our lead for 5-10 minutes, and then even after Dundee United had that spell, I thought that we stepped up a gear again and controlled the game. So I thought the game management was excellent, and I thoroughly deserve 3 points, and without a doubt the best performance of the season so far.
And a lot of folk have been saying there have been spells in the games where we've looked the part, but that, I wouldn't say it was the whole 90 minutes, because I think those bits that's still a bit disjointed, but definitely for 65-70 minutes that you started to really see what we were all about. And really, really pleased and really positive, man. I don't think there's many negatives to take for that. And really, obviously the goalie has a bit of a, what would you call that, an aberration, and gives away a penalty.
Typical goalie, moment of madness, and then
totally redeems it. And then Mali should score as a sitter. You know what I mean?
So funny, it's the exact carbon copy of Innes Cameron's goal up there to make it 3-0. Remember, in the game we stay up, McKenzie does the exact same role, carries the ball, great cutback. I saw somebody in the forum saying that McKenzie could have played a better ball. I don't know whether he was at it or not. I thought it was an excellent ball, considering, like,
it's one dead easy ball to play.
So maybe I've missed the humour in that, and if I have, I'm really, really sorry for that. Usually I'm well up for the kind of satirical side of the forums, but it was like a carbon copy. The Innes Cameron one had it went in, and I think we would have deserved that.
I mean, think it would have been unfair.
That's a big difference. Is like, don't get me wrong, when we save the penalty, completely changes again, because if they score that, there's 5 minutes added on. It's a nervy last 8-9 minutes or whatever it would have been at that stage. But I think that if we come out that and won 3-0, nobody would have had any complaints. And again, a shout out to the most reasonable fan base in the world, Dundee United fans.
How nice have they been about it?
We want folk to be part of
4 or 5 different accounts messaging us going, excellent today, thoroughly deserved the win, thought we were really poor.
Fair play to them, man. If they could learn
a lot for the Dundee United support.
Aye, so I was very impressed with that, so fair play, gents.
Aye, but no, tremendous, and so nice to be able to come in and talk about that. And again, it just, everything's been so on a knife edge in terms of the results. There's points we've thrown away, points we've gained, maybe undeservedly. Beating penalties by St Mirren, a last minute penalty against Celtic which shouldn't have been a penalty. So it's actually nice to have some sort of clarity, like, even and even better that it's in our favour, because I think you just know a wee bit more about where we're actually going to be now. Even if we get beat 2-0, which you don't want, evidently, but you would at least be able to go, right, I can see maybe where we're heading, or that wasn't good enough, or this is what we're going to need today. But it was just nice to have quite a kind of controlled, disciplined performance with a clear outcome at the end, because everything has been so tight and so on a knife edge, and it really does. It spilled again, mate. We've banged this drum before we started doing this podcast, but it now spills into Saturday, because if you go and beat St Mirren, which you were capable of doing, mate, St Mirren are a good side, but they can't win every week either. Then all of a sudden it becomes a good start again. The points that we dropped against Dundee and Livingston, you kind of clawed them back, and then you can go, we're actually onto something here. So really, really positive day all round. Let's talk about the goal. lovely bit of build-up play, mate, and a cracking finish, and he's the only guy in the squad that finishes that chance, I think.
Aye, well, that's what Stephen Naismith said in the sports scene, to be fair to him, and I think he's right, and that's not a criticism of any other strikers. It's just a reality that Anderson is the only one out the kind of four mainstays up top that puts away that chance and takes it in that manner. Starts with Kiltie, does really well. Determination to obviously no give up the ball where he tries to come inside and the guy reads it, but he keeps going. Great ball in. Polworth, who I thought was a wee bit off it.
I thought he was off it too.
But it was a great ball inside. Again, it all starts Watson, makes that run, plays it in between two midfielders. And then Watson, wee one touch, deft touch, puts it right into Anderson's path. Great touch and finish right across himself. Just excellent, man. So delighted to see that, because we've been needing it. You know what I mean? We've been needing to score full and play, and that certainly was. You could see the pattern they play there, and something that was very welcome. And again, your kind of creative players all getting on the ball there. You know what I mean? You're getting Kiltie starting it into Polworth, into David Watson, who's been everywhere, and then Bruce up front in his first start of the season, I think it would be, in the league anyway, and puts it away.
I thought you're so right about Polworth, because I just put something on the group chat. I was like, Polworth's making me unwell here, because he gave the ball away a couple of times.
He done well to win it back, but you're right, but he was dilly-dallying and it could have cost us.
But everything about him there, because he's the only one that pings that pass into. Do you know what I mean? So that's the trade-off, I think, with Polworth. He's going to have that in his game, where maybe he does just dally that extra half a second and gets the ball nicked off him. But in terms of the way he played that ball in, it was brilliant. But again, Watson, man, right? Like, to me, Watson makes that goal. There's loads to like about it. Like, it's a great finish. It's a great ball in. Kiltie does his bit, but that wee touch, mate, is just
awareness,
that wee bit extra. And I really feel now, and I think there's questions about Watson, so maybe not getting into it too deeply, but he's gone beyond where he was even 2 seasons ago now. To me, he looks like in the past 2 games, he looks like the best player in the park when there's quite good players on the park.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
The biggest factor for me, and again, pat ourselves in the back here again, it's, well, not that we're taking credit, but something that we've called, in fair play to Kettlewell for doing it, because he's building a team around him. He's the first name in that team sheet every week. He's got to be. And you're now seeing that blossoming, because he's been given this responsibility. He's been given this role to and that was it. And credit to the Killie View boys for putting this out. How many times did they finish a game? How many times did they play 90 minutes under McInnes, man?
Very rarely.
And then, again, you could, it never happened, be it he was coming on or he was always subbed off. He's playing every minute there, you know what I mean? He's including 120 minutes against St Mirren, along with another kind of 6 or 7 guys. But I'm just delighted, and he's shown exactly what he's all about. But we'll come on to it. But the big fear is, I think we'll lose him for nothing. Aye,
it's no looking great on that front now. You'd really hope someone would have been in the offing, but you've got to try and remain positive, because if we end up losing him for what will be a training fee, a few $100,000, it's unforgivable, actually, man. And I know that ultimately there's definitely no doubt in my mind he's been offered a contract, right? And really the only person that can sign the contract's him.
Yeah.
It's up to him. But there's got to be a package that the club can put together to make it too attractive for him to go, do you know what, actually I'm going to sign that extra year here, or that extra 18 months and play him through, mate, and stop selling him in the summer.
Aye, it's Alan Taylor made a great point. Can't remember where he put it out publicly or whether he was just saying to me, he's like, one way or another he's got to be away next summer. Let's just get him tied up. Like, I know that sounds easier said than done, but we're not talking about, then Watson can be here and lead us to this or that. We need to sell him, but he'll either be away in a free when he signs a pre-contract in January, or assess his options, or we try and get him tied up and we sell him next summer. That's it. There's no way that he's playing for Killie this time next season.
Nah, I can't see it myself, mate, but he was exceptional again, and it's a real thrill to watch him play like that for a boy 20-year-old, more than 100 games. It's just brilliant, and he was exceptional.
The double tackle, man.
The tackle, well, he done a very similar thing at an extra time against St Mirren, and I mean, talk about getting the fans
I was actually
on your
up,
side.
like, genuinely. I remember,
cheering.
I got up my feet, man. I was just like, this boy keeps doing it, and that's me stone cold sober again. You know what I mean? And he just brings that out in you, because it seems like such an easy, but he gets it, man. He's just there all the time. He covers every blade of grass, never gives up, and he's just a total credit to the club, man. And if he goes for nothing, it's an absolute travesty, because one thing's for sure is that he's got to be the record fee until we sell Ben Brannan for an extra $1 million in tap.
That's a good plan, mate. Thought the back three were good, I know, unbothered, and then obviously Robbie with a goal, which was miles in, I thought, for even when I first seen it. I thought they coped really, really well with Dundee United, who have been decent in the kind of forward area, scored a good few goals. So I thought they were really, really good too.
Stanger, a lot more like it. I thought that he struggled for large parts against Mirren, but he's a player that I've talked up, that I thought you can definitely see the project in him. What's that kind of similar, obviously stepping off the Championship, same as Lewis Mayo. I know he's at Rangers, but the loan spells with Thistle beforehand, and definitely something to work with. But I thought he struggled against St Mirren last week, but I thought he was excellent, particularly now that he's playing the right of the three
side,
as opposed to in the centre. Mayo sold it, man, just excellent. A few times when he had to read it perfectly, like the one of the United players, it's a good through ball and he gets the wrong side of Mayo, but he just recovers perfectly, blocks it, goes out for a corner. And Dees is really, I think he's thriving, man. He's doing really well. Delighted to see him score. We shouted at the wee lassie in front of us.
I seen the sign.
I had the wee sign, man. It was sweet as anything, and he saw it when he scored as well, so he gave it a wee thumbs up. But it's a shame because she had it up at full time, but I don't know if the players would have seen it, because it would have been nice if they all went over to her. But that was the sweetest thing ever.
But I think Dees is really, really flourishing with being vice captain. I don't know if that's maybe a wee bit of security for him, that he knows he's going to play, because he has been in and out since he came to the club. And I thought he was really good. And again, we've spoke about him playing in the middle of the three, but I don't know if he's just got that wee bit more protection, maybe, like playing on that left hand side now, because we're maybe not quite as, we're obviously Thompson's playing at left wing back, but he has a left back naturally, so he's maybe just feeling that wee more comfortable. I thought he was very good on all, mate.
Aye, superb.
Looks like a player that's played at a high level, I think, now. Doesn't do much wrang, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't.
Keeps quite a lot, quite simple, mate, but I like that, man, and guys playing at that side.
That's one of the things that you've said to me for years, like, how many mistakes does he make?
Aye.
And in the beginning he had a few, but now he's settled, and as I said, it's not like he's wrapping it up and he's the overlapping this, that, like, he's just solid, and that's exactly what we need. He's unlucky, I know at the time, but we score for the resulting corner. He just puts too much on that ball through to Anderson when we get that breakaway. He just needs to roll it, and Anderson's got a great chance to get a shot away himself, but we score for the resulting corner anyway. And speaking of Deasy, obviously the ref booked him for it was a free kick that we had. I think it was one Killie pits over the bar. There's a coming together with, but it was actually Davy Watson.
That's right.
Players never Dees, and he's like, but it's funny because he's a captain, but you see him what point is I thought, wasn't it? He was him, but she'd be like, aye, right,
I'll take a booking.
But and speaking of which, need to address, I got rang the ref that booked Gaza.
Oh, you did.
It wasn't Willie. I don't know why I said it was Willie. I just had it in my head.
Sorry.
Can't remember his name. I think he's local as well.
Ben messaged saying Nick Walsh is the best ref.
Ben Richmond. I saw that, which is
we were chat last week. So a really, really great 3 points and very, very welcome indeed. So we bank them and we move on to St Mirren on Saturday. They've obviously been down recently, beat us in the cup after penalties. They're going very well. Another win for them on Saturday. And again, this wee rivalry's kind of created itself over the past few seasons. St Mirren are a team who are definitely a blueprint of sorts, because they finish in the top six very regularly. They've got a very well defined playing style. They seem to recruit pretty well.
Aye. They've
got a profile of player that they like. But that said, I think if we beat them, we go above them. So it just shows you how tight the league is. You just go with the same 11 on Saturday, or does Lions come in? 'Cause I thought Lions was good. I thought Lions helped when they come in.
I think Lions does come back in.
Who for? Kiltie.
I think Kiltie looked like one of the better players against them last time. I think that it's because of the physicality aspect. Simon was huge, man. I think that we need Lions back in for that. Whereas had it been maybe another team, because he's still got to work his way back into the team, you know what I mean, especially after a result like that. But don't get me wrong, comes on and does well.
And he's a captain, isn't he?
Yes, aye. So Vassell syndrome. Obviously Lions deserves to come back in. It'll be interesting to see whether, I don't know, do they roll the dice and I want to see him play centre mid, but do they take out Brown and play him right wing back?
Interesting, man.
Could play there comfortably.
Again, the physicality. So it'll be interesting to see, but that would be minimal changes, mate. You think there's not going to be loads? Nah,
I can't see that. I think that Anderson's obviously got to start.
Anderson's got to start, absolutely.
So the Dackers again showed some good moments against United. Can definitely see what he's bringing there, and it was a good foil with Anderson up with him. And I thought Daniels coming off the bench actually looked a lot more like it, man.
Aye. It's exactly what we talked about.
More hunger,
freshened it up a bit. Exactly what we needed.
And also to go back to the chat with last season, what we said about the likes of Vassell. I know they're different players, but when you knew that Vassell wasn't at it, but you're like, what a player to bring on, like him, because the way he hassles, and I like that because Daniel's coming on. We all know that he's capable of like pressing like mad and throwing himself about. So United players can tune it down, and you're bringing somebody like that on that's not got to give them a minute. That's welcome, and again it just keeps everybody hungry for places and shows that it's not a dead set. This is how it will be every week. So I think there'll be minimal changes.
Aye, okay.
Brannan,
I know, was our best player, and now how do you get? Oh, somebody's peeping their horn.
Aye, is that an alarm going off? Nah, it's just the two peeps.
There is roadworks out there. Folk will be getting annoyed.
Something that's getting annoyed.
My
there.
goodness.
Aye.
Probably because I'm double part. My wing mirror will be off. It's a weird one with Brannan in it, because I mean I'd still play him at right wing back, to be honest, mate. I would Brown. I thought Brown.
He grew into the game. He started getting a bit better,
half. But again, to me, and this is no criticism of the guy, he's fine as a backup.
Aye, but
I think there's better options than Brandon and Brannan. I would see in there for him. So it'd be interesting to see what we do, mate. But what's your predictions for Saturday then? Are we confident in our result? We're going to really put a wee stamp on this run and say, right, we're in the mix here, or can you see a draw? Do you think St Mirren have got one number then?
Would love nothing more, as is if they listen, to see Kilmarnock going back that up, and then we are talking about a good start to the season again. It's going to be tough, but as you said, we'll learn a hell of a lot. But, and don't get me wrong, I mean, we could have beat them last Friday. I did think over the course of the game they were the team that deserved to go through. We're going over all ground there, I understand that, but I just think that we're evidently capable of winning. I think the fact that even St Mirren won at the weekend bodes well, because they can't keep winning. Not got to keep winning, because although they're good, they're solid, but they're still vulnerable in certain areas. I don't see them being like going on some mad run where nobody gets near them. So now I'm confident that we can come away with all 3 points. But here's one: you can only win one of the two games. St Mirren or Hearts. It's going to be Hearts, isn't it?
Hearts all day long.
It's going to be Hearts, isn't it?
I would take an Earth 5-1, 5-0, whatever it was, up at Paisley.
Just to beat Hearts and one and scabby, man.
Especially if Hearts are top of the league, and then we beat them.
I can't. Oh, and you're away, aren't you?
No, I'll be back.
Oh, you'll be back.
Aye, I'm back. No, only miss St Mirren.
Only miss St Mirren.
That's the only game I miss. I'll be there Saturday night and all that.
Well, I'm actually babysitting that night now.
You're not going to go?
No, I'm gone, but I mean...
Take me away, mate.
Aye, Save and Lacey are both coming, so...
Right.
But I mean, I can't after the game and all that. Bigging home to hopefully watch sports and highlights.
Good. But no, I an omelette on my face as I said I didn't think we'd win until
I
that
deliberately
night.
Obviously put that out.
To embarrass me, mate.
No, but
to embarrass me, make me look foolish.
Talking points. Same with your prediction against Celtic. That's what we go for.
This podcast's getting good at making people look foolish.
That is, man. Aye, it's particularly me, man.
Lee Clark was the person I was thinking of, who has now got a second career as somebody being mocked on TikTok, and due to his appearance on our podcast where he said that he'd played against Zinedine Zidane, and then a gentleman sort of dissected that, and HMRC podcast. It was on TalkSport. It's been all over the
Guardian
place.
podcast.
The Guardian.
It was in the actual Guardian as well, Max Rustin. So shout out to McLean for putting that in the forums.
Aye, and shout out to Max who replied to our tweet.
Did he?
Aye.
I didn't see that.
He replied to the tweet.
What did they say?
Just gave it a wee love heart.
Oh, I did?
Wee credit would have been better, Max. A wee.
Aye.
Say our name on your thing, pal.
Ken, if you want us, mate, to come on.
I will come on any time, by the way. No, but so for those of you that don't know, Lee Clark was on one of the live shows, basically said, I got a question for us or the audience saying
best players
played against, and he said Paul Scholes in England, and then he said played some big nights in the Champions League for Newcastle, and the best he played against was Zinedine Zidane. It's since been debunked because he'd never played in the Champions League. Moreover, when Newcastle themselves played in the Champions League, they never played Juventus until 2002, when Lee Clark was then at Fulham and Zidane was at Real Madrid. So he never played against Zinedine Zidane in the Champions League for Newcastle. However, I've done a wee bit of digging myself, right? So if this was a court case, I think I can get Lee Clark off. Right?
I'm looking forward to this.
I think I can get Lee Clark.
Is that
off.
a glove you've got in your pocket?
Technicality. Don't let him try on the glove, mate. Right? OJ, right? So basically, the prosecution has rested on this notion that Lee Clark has never played against Zinedine Zidane, right?
Yep.
As his defence attorney, I would say you're right. It goes, however, Zinedine Zidane and Lee Clark's paths did cross. And they crossed in 1997, Callum. And I put it to you that my client Lee and his 12 signings has merely misremembered after the storied career that he had. I put it to you, the jury, that Lee Clark is innocent of these charges because at Le Tournoi in 1997, the precursor to France 1998, Lee Clark was in the England squad. Now, he never got a cap, he never got on the pitch, but he was on the bench against France. And who was on the bench for France?
Zizou.
But Mr. Zinedine Zidane. So I put it to you that Lee Clark should be acquitted of these charges on account of him misremembering and also having had 10 pint of Moretti before it up until this story.
I think that's fair. I think that is fair.
So actually, he might be on a technicality. Do you think he's played against?
Has he's been acquitted, hasn't he? Well, funnily enough, obviously. Well, or is it the recent third verdict in Scotland's
not proven.
Just been abolished. So
aye.
Well, it's in the process of being abolished. So maybe Lee Clark gets away with that one.
Trying to
see
help
what
you,
makes
Lee.
it so. He was such a good guy, man. He
I
was
know.
brilliant, man.
I know.
So nice, man.
Poor guy, man.
I know. So I was like, oh no. And see that? Why? You've played against.
That was the weird. That's the weird lie.
Gerrard and Scott. Like, played in the brilliant career in the game, man.
Aye.
Played in the Premier League. Very, very good player.
Aye.
Don't know why,
I think
man.
he just panicked. As it said, between the truth and the legend, I was printing the legend.
I think he get a bit panicked because Sammy Clingan said the best player to play was Steve Davis.
Aye,
So
aye.
he's obviously got to one up that.
One up him. Right, okay, let's go to the Twitter, shall we, mate? And
Yes.
answer some of these questions, of which there are many. Thank you so much, everybody, for firing them in. We've got a question from Dante Litza, or Litza. Hello, great to pick up that win at this weekend. Dante lives in America.
Aye.
Have either of you played the new FC26, which is what
Of
FIFA
course,
is?
that's the DM, innit?
Aye, if so, are there any Killie players you think were rated too low, or do you think EA have got it right this year? So I haven't played FIFA or FC, whatever it's called now, for probably about 5 years. I think 2021 is the last one I've played.
It's actually appalling, man.
I'm out the loop. So what about you, mate? Have you played it?
No. Nor will I. It's I think FIFA's just went.
Had its day.
Aye, it's like so bad, man.
Aye,
So bad.
it's a shame, innit?
But then you think it's got to be different. This is a man that doesn't play his games console as much anymore. Got a PS5 in the house that get played more at KillieCon than it has in the last 2.5 years that I've had it. So again, never say never. I'm partial to a bit of pro clubs sometimes, so I'll maybe get it for that.
Want me to check out the Killie ratings?
Aye, well, if you go for that, because I mean, for my kind of heyday in FIFA, I remember being buzzing when like a Killie player got like a 70 was like a good rating.
Aye, that's them getting in amongst
I
it.
think Eremenko was a 70.
So I think we're highest is Matty Kennedy at 67.
That's
67's
fair
Kennedy,
rating.
Watson 66, Mayo 66, McGuinness is 65, Lyons 65, Stryek 65, blah 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 blah. A load of 64s and 65s. Let's go down to the bottom ones. And the least, the three lowest are Ethan Brown 54, Ben Brannan 55,
Aye, well,
and Marcus Dackers 57.
Well, interesting.
Brannan's out of order.
Aye.
Brannan should be 62 or 63 or something.
So's the Dak, man.
The Dak attack.
The Dak attack. So,
Yeah.
I think that those ratings really can add up to where FIFA is, minus the Ben Brannan thing. But again, he's obviously just a young boy. He'll one that will probably go up 5-10 ratings next year, man.
Aye.
Minimum.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Cheers for the question, Dante. Killie View podcast, get in touch. How impressed have you been with Dom Thompson? Uphill task after that last game, the last game of the season. No, uphill task after that game last season, and then the error on the opening day. So obviously the carry on when he played with Motherwell, and then the error. Since then, been one of our best players.
Aye. I think that, as you said, he just doesn't make many mistakes. He's solid. Good to see even the wee kind of Q&A thing he done with the media boys and that was
good, man.
Aye, it was good.
Funny.
And good to see he's obviously kind of buying into that aspect of it, and And obviously Marley Watkins is just replaced Ndaba with him.
Aye, that's it, man. Aye, but Marley's obviously a good guy to hang about with.
Does.
They all seem popular.
Seems like a good
Seems
guy.
like solid company, doesn't he?
Does I?
Big Bartley gets in touch. Or Martin, have you contacted the Shaman about releasing a better version of their song yet? These is good.
Yep.
These is good.
Yeah, it's good.
I feel like quoting a wee bit on Saturday.
How's it's getting there?
Which I'm excited about. But you need the credit for that. It can't be me that gets the credit.
Aye, well, you're just the one that's man enough to come on here and sing it.
That's right.
Aye.
What other players can Monty get a song for and summon some more goals for us? You leave that way, mate. I was a wee bit disappointed. I went and watched Short Lee's last Wednesday and Bartley was on the bench. I'd like to see him getting on because they get through to penalties. They were playing and bank.
Special to penalties as well.
I just think Bartley's a good goalie in general.
Aye, well, he is a good goalie, but I just mean because you said because he went to penalties. I
thought they might have flung him on with the experience, but they never did. Anyway, we were much better on Saturday and Anderson must start every week. Taylor Day gets in touch. I enjoyed a birthday weekend victory. Happy to see the Grampian Shark striker Anderson back in the scoring to silence the Tannadice crowd since he's a Dons fan. And can I thank Monty for the travel advice? I went to Bratislava for a trip while I was on holiday in Vienna and he sent a lovely picture of the Danube.
Oh, superb, man.
Class, Taylor. Happy birthday to you, mate. Absolute
happy
top,
birthday,
man.
mate.
27?
Will be, aye.
27, my God.
I was at Taylor's 21st.
Oh, were you?
Hospitality, man.
Superb. Lovely guy.
There's a picture of me and a certain rat that played with us at that point.
Oh, is there?
Mm-hmm.
You want to disclose his name?
Speak about him every week.
Aye.
There's no Derek McInnes.
Oh, right. You'll be in the Scotland squad tomorrow. Alan, hi mate, gets in touch, my favourite guy to follow on Twitter. Are we in favour of pushing the boat out for a Watson contract knowing he's a most sellable asset? I reckon even if he's signed an extension tomorrow, he'll be away at the end of the season.
That's what
that's
where I read it then. You replied to us that one. So, if you go back about 8 minutes, mate, you'll hear the response to that. And
bang on, mate.
That's due.
I totally agree. Ali Niven, hello, mate. Kettlewell got a raw deal when he came in, and many downplayed the impact he had on Lennon Miller. Are we starting to recognise that one of the pluses for him as a manager is his youth development due to the performances of Watson, Brannan, and Brown? And do you know any pacey free agents?
Well, I think that was one of the
selling points, wasn't it?
Massive factors of him getting the job, and even those 90% that were opposed to the Ket getting the gig at that point, even folk were saying, well, he has got a record. You
couldn't really argue with that,
which is absolutely fair. And even going back to the Ross County, like the likes of Ross Stewart and all that. So I think it's definitely bearing fruit now, man. You know what I mean? And Watson's flying, Brand's coming through. Ethan Brown, Shelty Brown, get his even a couple of appearances as well. So it's night and day to what it was like.
Pacey free agents, any off the top of your head?
Not that I can think of.
No.
Not that I can think of. I'm still wondering who this mystery signing could have been.
Aye, no word yet for this.
There's obviously nothing in it because there's not even been a whisper.
A rumour. Graham Johnston. Hello, Graham. Really feel Anderson has never had a fair turn despite being our best forward for goals per minute in recent seasons. He never seems to be viewed as a starting striker despite working his balls off. Has he now done enough to start every week, or will he be out of the team soon? So
he deserves a run for sure.
Definitely, you need to give him 3 or 4 games. Like, he can't have a bad game on Saturday and bomb him out. You've got to give him a chance. And again, a lot of his goals have been penalties, but that to me was a very, very good goal. And as I said earlier on, I think he's the only person in the squad that scores. Very sharp.
I would say so, aye. And something that's been needed, because ironically, even though he is the only person for me that I can picture doing that, a wee criticism I had him recently is that I don't, for a striker, I think sometimes he doesn't hit the ball clean enough. Like,
scuff
a lot of times, whereas he's the one that you want it. Again, he's usually penalty box. Like, that's where he comes alive when he's instinct. But even remember against Celtic, he gets a great opportunity to cut in and he doesn't get the shot away properly in that. But having said that, I still believe that he is. Like, that's what we think that he's capable of, and he's proven it.
Yep. Robert Foster gets in touch. Hello, mate. We're back collecting for the food bank outside the entrance to the East on Saturday. The fans have been incredible so far this season. Thanks for your support, lads. So everybody, again, we'll get a wee shout out the new, and when we're done, we're all roads lead to Killie. If you're able to help out with that, then please do. They'll be in their usual new spot at the entrance to the East stand if you're able to help.
Yes.
No more to say.
No more to say. I mean, obviously the work that they carry out is phenomenal, and as I said before the Celtic game, it was I hand over the money that Baz had raised for the merch stall, cash handover. So again, shout out to Night Design t-shirts, man. Baz, plenty of good stuff there, and great deed he done for the, obviously, hopefully will go to folk that they really need it.
Absolutely, mate. Right, Greg Halbert gets in touch. Hello, mate. Forgot to say last week, but has anyone highlighted the changes in the East Stand? Dirty fries and for gyros. New high-tech tea bag sign, but most importantly, warm water coming from the taps.
Ken, I could actually feel that when he said that. I've not sat in East sat the odd time, but season ticket in the West now for like 8 years or whatever. And I'm like, I can just picture it, like freezing cold, in at the toilet, press the tap, warm freezing cold water coming out. So the fact that like the warm's there, I'm like,
I don't think in my 30 year I got to rugby part I've ever had warm water.
See what's quite underrated as well, that tap in the West on that just doesn't go off.
Oh, that's right, just stays.
And it's funny, this is, I think I've said before, when I knew that COVID was a serious virus kind of at that point. Remember the last game was the last
Aberdeen.
game part was Aberdeen, and I remember going to the toilet, and it's the only time I've ever seen a queue of folk waiting to wash their hands.
Oh, that's right,
because that was the chat
following
then.
The government
If you wash your hands and then if you sing happy birthday to yourself, that's the right amount of time and all that. And usually folk are, particularly the men, are usually just in and out. Jig time.
Well, there you go. Speaking of Jig, how's he getting on?
Don't know, man.
Big Jig. Alessandro Boscanero gets in touch. Fine margins, genuinely never know what results will be like each week across the league. Spot on, man.
Yep.
And with so much talk about Watson, how much of a loss will it be if we don't get him tied up for another couple of years? Aye, mate, we've already spoke about that, man. And
great point knowing the games.
Aye, and the games are so tight, and that's why a win feels huge. And I do think folk are, I don't want to say getting carried away. I think that's too harsh because it's exciting. But so you said a few weeks ago, you can sometimes feel quite low. So I suppose it's a wee bit like the sun feels like it's shining, but it's not going to change too much if you go and get beat 1-0 on Saturday or no. You know what I mean? Just go to try and keep a lid on it a wee bit in both ways.
Exactly.
We need to try and encourage
credit
that.
Where it's due. Excellent away performance, solid as you'll get against a decent team, but time and time again, there's nothing between 9 of the teams in this division.
Aye.
So if we can go and back up, this will be the difference. If we can go and string together 3-4 positive results, and I don't mean just 4 draws like what we've been doing, if we turn 1 or 2 of them into wins, then you're definitely got to be kind of the right end of the table. And I think that's it, and I'm delighted with it. Great result, but temper the expectations. If we go and we pick up positive, ideally a win against St Mirren, then the momentum starts to build, and then we'll be talking about this now as it's a good start to the season, a very good start. Whereas now I'm like, right, ideal, this is where we should be.
Yep.
Go and beat St Mirren, we're like, right, we're maybe building onto something here.
Okay. Captain Colombo gets in touch. Said at the weekend I felt we kept Dundee United at a relative arm's length as much as you can in this tight league. Question is, with Thompson now looking a solid player, who else has been unfairly written off over the years? So a player that maybe you thought, oh, he'll no day, and then he did day. Anybody that comes to mind?
Liam Donnelly. Sorry, Harper.
Aye.
Nah,
I think there's a question about that too.
There is. Alan
Power.
Aye, well, aye.
He got written off.
Aye.
He was brilliant.
O'Donnell
and all, probably.
Aye, O'Donnell. And I still wasn't even convinced with O'Donnell until well into the new year. It wasn't even just like the minute things got good. Because I was excited about him coming in. I was like, that's exactly. And I was like, this isn't the same guy. That's an interesting one, one to get back on.
Players you've written off. Darren McIntyre, hi Darren. Sorry it's been a while, lads, but that was the performance of the season so far. We didn't give United a second in the ball. We need to get David Watson on a new contract. He plays like every Killie fan would in that top. And the 2 tackles at the end prove it. Absolutely spot on, mate. Gunnar Vance, the big handsome guy. Killie fans don't ask for a lot. That on Saturday was right up my street. A bit of digging, some half decent football. We're easy pleased. Kettlewell mentioning the fans after the game is a big plus. He does it every time, which is nice.
He does.
I was gives a wee nod to the support. It had us down for a scudding, but that's why I've got to pay to watch. It was also good to meet Cal and his brother at the game. Cal is that nice. He'll stand cross-legged, busting for the toilet instead of saying he needs to go. What a top, man. Is that true? We need the toilet.
I met the most handsome man in Ayrshire.
You don't want to be running the toilet when you've got a chance to look at it.
Exactly,
fancy,
that's right. It's my pleasure, man. But no, it was great to meet him and introduce him to Matthew, who's also a handsome man.
And he looked great in that photo too. The photo of the two, you know that you didn't, but Matthew really looked very, very gorgeous.
I might send you the other one as well. So there's a still of the Robbie D cedar.
Aye, my mum's seen that one.
Because nobody else is even, it's not even one of the ones when everybody's like in Matthew, but Matthew's face is like the only one. He's like, he kens that's got to be a goal. Whereas everybody else just like watching the game like that. Matthew's face like, Watching it.
Christy Sykes, I reckon if Watson doesn't sign a new deal before January, he'll sign a pre-contract. Someone's got to force him to sign it. It's been a big topic of conversation tonight. The most gorgeous squirrel in the world, this world or the next, it's Captain Conker. What batteries run longer, a Tesla or David Watson's?
David Watson.
Was it a weird experience having a guy look into Lee Clark's football background and use Forever Ever and Live as evidence?
Well, a few folk have said to us that we deserve credit, even though we're defending him.
We're now defending him, aye.
But just a wee tag would have been nice, folks.
And will Liam Donnelly and Big Harper ever be friends?
I think
Harper's actually already answered that. Should I swear?
Aye.
No, we fucking won't. Sorry, everybody. Stephen Greer gets in touch with a Stuart Kettlewell Killie team. Beat Derek McInnes' Killie team from last season.
It's a tough one. Don't know you can...
It's a draw. Somebody on Twitter said that Killie are the new St Johnstone 2014.
Okay.
Which I think is a compliment.
Aye. Well, they won the cup that year.
Aye. And
but based on...
it was a Dundee United fan.
Aye.
And I thought, there's maybe something in that, just under the radar a wee bit, maybe.
Which suits us.
Which would be good, but we'll finish sixth and just be like capable of turning teams over quite regularly. Solid.
Well, I would be over the moon with that.
That would be phenomenal, wouldn't
it? But that's maybe one to ask ChatGPT.
Right.
Pick the formations up and let AI do the talking.
Absolutely, man.
We should just start getting AI to do the entire podcast.
Well, that's the plan for next season.
Help us out a wee bit, wouldn't it, man?
That's the next step. Alexander Marchie, how can we convince David Watson to sign a new deal?
Shame we've not got a member of the club that forges signatures in it.
Allegedly.
Nah.
Let's not turn this into a courtroom.
True.
Kevin Don, hi Kev. Just a shout out to Dom T. Granted a couple of howlers too, but seen a lot of stuff he's doing that we never really got to see Corey do in terms of midfield overlaps and crosses. Lots of positives. We played lots of positives. I'm doing really well tonight, aren't I?
Aye. Take your time.
I'm nervous.
Get a Jaiket back on. It's cursed you, man.
Hold on. Just getting a... Right, peanuts ready to go. Sorry, I'm ready again. I just need some peanut power there.
Is it like... You don't strike me as the kind of guy that's seen Harry Potter.
No.
It's not got any further with that.
Aye, so Kevin said, I'm seeing a lot of the stuff he's doing that we never really got to see Corey do, overlaps and wicked crosses. Lots of positives around the squad, likewise. Well played, that man. Absolutely, mate. Chrissy Kamek gets in touch. Totally stunned with that result. Fair play to the boys, and what a goal for the first. And for Brucey, surely has to start. Also, 3 matches. How many points are we getting? And what is our starting 11? Still doesn't seem nailed on.
I agree that it's no nailed on.
Who's the next 3? St Mirren, Hearts, Rangers.
Oof. Aye, it is, aye.
The top 2 out of the 3 top clubs in the country. And Rangers.
I'll go for...
Sorry, Stu.
I'll go for... I don't know. I think 4 points between St Mirren and Hearts.
Aye. The Rangers one, honestly,
determines whether Martin...
Said it on the chat. Rangers will sack Martin the day before they play us, and they'll come in and they'll be left it and beat us. That's what will happen. That's what always happens.
But even when it would still be the type of thing where, like, he needs a result, he'll beat us, man.
I think so.
It'll be like in the cup upsets when I said when we played Rangers at their worst.
Aye, they still did it.
And they beat us 3-0, man. Get what I mean?
What with that Barry Ferguson one last year too? I know we're talking
that was brilliant, wasn't it, man? Brilliant.
Upsetting, wasn't it? Hey, how many points then? 4 points for the 3 games?
Aye.
I'd be alright with that.
I would like
Tough.
6.
Aye.
But 4.
And starting 11. The new just go with what you got. I think Lyons comes back in the team eventually. I think that guy Williams will end up playing somewhere. You might get Brandon back in there. Brandon, I don't know.
I would like Brandon into the middle of the park.
Aye, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Robbie gets in touch and says, where do you think Mad Max ranks among our keepers of the last 20 years? I know it's early days, but I'm thinking only Bachman is ahead of him so far. So, Robbie, sign yourself up to the Patreon, mate, because we have ranked the 28/29 goalkeepers that have played for Killie this century.
Aye.
And I can tell you Mad Max was not anywhere near Bachman. I don't want to surprise it for MD. But I sign up, mate.
Sign up
and listen to the fuck. Every goalie, we ranked a lot of them.
Exactly, and we missed one as well.
And we missed one too. That's how good. That's the research is that level. He's made a great start, mate, and that on Saturday endears him to because it's a moment of madness. But then he saves the penalty.
And then he goes and redeems it, and especially after even the penalty fiasco the week before. So,
yes.
It's very welcome.
He's doing really, really well, mate. Big Harper, question for the podcast, lads. How are you both? And more importantly, how are you within yourselves?
I'm good, mate.
I'm really, really good, Harper, mate.
All the better for hearing for the man himself.
Aye, top man. I'm going on holiday on Thursday.
I know you'll be buzzing.
So I'm starting to get the buzz, mate. So thank you for asking, man.
So you'll not be here for next week's pod?
I'll miss next week's poddy. Expect to see the viewers
I probably will,
skyrocket,
man. Especially with the two guys I'm going to come in and replace you. I'll just get the two of them to do the podcast. I'll sit there.
Aye, there you go. Have a wee break. The Boz Burst gets in touch. What a difference a win makes. 4 draws. It could have been 3 losses. Suddenly a poor start to the season. However, 4 draws, 2 narrow defeats and a win. Solid enough for a new manager, new players. Fantastic away performance and a confidence booster.
It's exactly that, man. Everyone's on a knife edge.
Yep.
So that's why, as you just went on a big point couple of minutes ago, no get too low, no get too high now until a wee bit of momentum comes, and then we can start getting carried away. Alan
Bowie gets in touch. Fair play to Thompson. Yet another solid performance. He's done well since he unhitched the caravan he was towing against Livingston. Our dreadlock left back's the way forward, says Stephen.
Yes.
Why ever not? Galak gets in touch. Great win, but does Davy look so good because we play with no width and he needs to cover every blade?
It's alright, man.
You do it tonight.
Hey, the questions are tough, man. Especially when a big word appears, man.
I'm done, mate. Do you know what? This Jaiket had the opposite effect of me, man.
It's turned you into Peanut, man.
Peanut.
You've strung more sentences together than Peanut.
Aye.
So
right, you do it.
Aye, so Galak asks, great win, but does Davy look so good because we play with no width and he needs to cover every blade of grass to compensate?
It's a really interesting point. Really good point. Let me refer you back to the way we played. I don't know if you remember the first 6 games of the season, 2002-2003, when quite often we would play that kind of narrow sort of midfield, and I think the role that Davy Watson's filling there, it does replicate some of the signs from back then.
Is that you trying to impersonate me?
No, I'm just trying to put a different slant on things. Aye, maybe mate Watson's brilliant.
Albert Snow, should a chocolate digestive be eating chocolate side up or chocolate side down?
Up.
It's going to be up,
comfortably up.
When I seen that question come in, I couldn't even think ever. It doesn't even
That's like getting a cheeseburger and spinning it round.
Aye. Nah.
Maniacs.
You've got your answer, man. Alan Walker. Oh, we've opened up another link there. See, how do you peel your potatoes? This is one for you because I don't cook.
Right.
So, how do you peel your potatoes? Lots of short, sharp slices with a peeler. One big, long, continuous movement with a peeler or with a knife.
So I don't use a peeler. I've never been able to use a peeler. I've never quite got the hang of it. Same as chopsticks.
It gives me the fear even thinking of that. That's a guy that can't use a tin opener.
Right, okay.
Freak me out.
So I use a... Is that us?
Aye, that was last.
What a great question.
3 questions.
I actually waste a lot of the potato because I'll like take the tappy off and the bottom off, then just put it aside and just go in with a knife.
Sounds like that, right?
I think it's alright, but I think there is a wee bit of wastage, but I do it with a knife.
There we go. You do it with a knife.
Great questions, man.
You should do it with 11 quid scissors.
11 quid scissors, aye. Just tin them off that guy, man. You know, if I had this Jaiket on, I'd have battered him.
The peanut powers, man.
Peanut power. Right, what else have we got today before we leave? Everybody?
All roads lead to Killie.
All roads lead to Killie.
I've got the now, so you obviously gave a mention at the food banks.
Yep.
Earlier on, so I've been able to come up with 3 players.
Excellent, okay, mate.
And the 3 players will follow. So, player number 1, Reading, Hartlepool on loan, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest on loan, MK Dons on loan, Kilmarnock on loan.
Aaron Shipola.
Well done. Straight away, I was going to give you some clues and say Villa paid 5 million for him.
Didn't need it. Big
and then
Tish.
before we even get back to him coming back in there, well, I re-signed on loan the season after and then come back under
Big Tish.
Dyer.
£2.
£2 because we're doubling it because Sandy match shirts.
Top man.
Well, we'll not be able to sponsor it anymore because we need to put an offer in for that peanut jacket.
The jacket's here.
Aye. All proceeds for the peanut jacket goes to the food banks. So, player number 2, Heart of Midlothian, Queen of the South on loan, Queen of the South on loan again, Falkirk, Kilmarnock.
Heart of Midlothian, Queen of the South.
116 games for Hearts, 2007 to 2014. And I think he was the Queen of the South goalie when they played Rangers in the Scottish Cup final. And for the record, that's just to go back to last week, Queen of the South have played in the Scottish Cup final more recently.
It's not Jamie Mack, is it?
Yes, it is Jamie
McDonald.
Mack. Well done. 2 for 2.
That's
4 quid.
That one's for Lee Clark.
That is for Lee Clark. Bang average.
They acquitted.
Player number 3, Salford, Oldham, Rochdale, Accrington, Falkirk, Huddersfield, Barnsley, Carlisle, Motherwell, Thistle, Kilmarnock.
Callum Higginbottom.
Oh, you've got 3 for 3 straight away, man. How did you? What was it the Thistle to Killie? In the kind
Huddersfield. Remember him going? It was quite a big move for him.
Lee Clark signed him.
Was it? Is that what you've done tonight? Is it all be Lee Clark ones?
Aye,
mate.
Except for Shaball.
Never mind that one. But there we go.
Zidane was player 4 for the bonus. So
very nice. Right, okay. That's us. I'll not be here next week, everybody. That'll be a cause for celebration, I'm sure. I'm going to Portugal with my beautiful wife and my 2 lovely children.
No, wait, me, man. I'll end up like Garth on camera, man. We'll have to deal with that, man. So
having a good time. Not. That'll be you, man. That'll be you.
Dreading it, man.
Get the buzz cut. What was it? The suck cut when they cut his hair, right?
Aye.
Just the trim, don't buzz me, alright?
Jimi Hendrix, Foxy Lady, man.
Oh, hilarious, man. Me and David Folds still to this day have a wee chat about Wayne's World here and there.
That's one of the
I mean,
best,
him became mates over Wayne's World.
Was it?
Aye, back
Friend or foe?
Friend or foe back in 1998, man. Long time ago. Anyway, right, that'll do us, mate. So it's all roads leading to Rugby Park this Saturday, St Mirren. I can't be there, but I'm sure most people listening will. Apart from those listening from afar, whose support is always appreciated and welcome. A win would be brilliant, mate. It would really set us up for a nice run into the kind of wintry months. International break. Could be sitting 5th, 4th, 5th. Would be lovely.
Picking up the kind of points, getting into that, and as I said, come the end of the month, if we're 4 or 5 points better off, then we're laughing, aren't we?
Be great, man. Aye, so get along, get behind the boys as best you can, because I think there is a lot of effort and they're really finding their feet, in my opinion. So let's just keep behind them and hopefully the Ket train keeps on rolling, mate.
Keeps on rolling.
Right, thanks for your company.
Thank you.
And thanks everybody for watching or listening. We'll be back next week, alright? Have a nice one. Bye bye.